You want to know why you're not hitting 300? Because you're probably one of these guys that we're about to talk about. In this video, I'm breaking down the 5 player types that are 100% doomed to fail. You do not want to be in these categories of players, man. Once you're labeled as one of these guys, it's damn near impossible to break out of it. It's time to lock in. Let's get into it. Here are the 5 types of players who will never hit 300 so long as they live. First and foremost, guys, is Mr. Natural. We're talking about the guy that thinks that he doesn't need reps. He's too good for practice. He's way too advanced to get after it and spend time on the baseball field, man. This is the dude that just doesn't need reps. He says he's the gamer. He's the type of guy that can flick a switch and turn it on as soon as the game starts. First and foremost, gentlemen, flipping a switch like that doesn't exist. If you think you're Mr. Natural, you're the guy that doesn't need practice and you're just gonna flip a switch, man, that shit does not exist. We're talking about the guy that always wants to stay comfortable. This is the type of dude that doesn't want to test the boundary, see what he's really made of. This is the guy that always wants to stay comfortable. The guy that wants to do the easy stuff. This is the guy who never truly reflects on his work, reflects on the things he's good at, the things he's bad at. He's definitely not going to enhance the things that he's lacking in. This is the dude who never does his homework. This is the guy who does not know what the pitcher's throwing. He doesn't watch the game. He's not a student of the game. He's not paying attention. This guy thinks he can just go up there with no plan. He was born with a plan. He can cover both parts of the plate, up and down, slow and fast. And this idiot thinks that he's going to be able to do some damage time after time. Guys, I got news for you. If this is you, if you're the type of guy who thinks he doesn't need to practice, you are not going to amount to anything in the game of baseball. You need reps. You need to sharpen your sword. You need to sharpen your edge. You can be a gamer, but you need to practice like it. If you're practicing like a 6, please don't expect to play with level 10 results, man. That's not how it happens. Number 2 on the 5 types of players who will never hit 300 so long as they live, man. It is the gear god, right? I'm talking about the guy who worries more about swag over his skills. He wants all eyes on him with all the greatest drip, the newest gear, the next level bat, the newest model, the swaggiest, drippiest glove. Man, I get it. Those guys usually suck. They're usually overcompensating for something, right? They want to appear better than they really are. You know what overcompensating means? It looks like looking like an idiot, trying to be extremely flashy for poor skills, man. This is the dude who cares more about how his pants lay on top of his cleats, right? If they're too baggy, if they're too skinny, if they're just right, if they're above the knee, right? Maybe he's got some rubber bands or he's got some, some gel pads on the back of his shoes so that the pants can lay perfect, right? We know these guys. The Evo Daddy. These guys are worried more about how they look than what their approach is with 2 strikes. They have no idea what's going to happen when the pitcher throws them an off-speed pitch, trying to nibble the corner 0-2, or if it's in the dirt, if it's up, down, whatever the case, they have no idea what's going on, but they know how they're going to look on game day. And it's going to be swaggy, and they're going to have the newest necklace. They're going to have wristbands left and right, wrist guards, right? Face guard, Evo shield, leg, ankle, hands, terrible towel, a quarterback towel, different colors. We know these guys. Fellas, if this is you, if you are the gear god, you are the dude that is overcompensating, trying to be flashy, trying to be extra loud because you can't handle your own on the baseball field, you are never going to hit 300. You are worried about the wrong shit. If this is you, you need to switch it right now. It's got to be about development over likes. It's got to be about developing and sharpening your sword and these fundamentals and these basics. Then attention. Who cares about attention? Be able to put the bat to the ball. Moving on. Ooh, he's feeling it now. He's feeling it now. Number 3 in the 5 types of players who will never, ever, ever hit 300 so long as they live. Please do not be this guy, the excuse machine. We all know and have played with guys that just can't take accountability for their mishaps, for their performance, for their numbers, for what happens to them on the baseball field, how they act, how they execute. This is the guy who never takes ownership. It is never my fault. Coach, the sun was in my eyes. Oh, dude, it wasn't my fault. It's not my run. The sun was in my eyes. I don't know how to play that stuff. Everybody's against me. It's not my fault, right? It's not, the umpire, he's got a huge zone today. You know what I mean? All three of those pitches were perfectly on the corner. It could have went either way. No, dude, you're an idiot. You don't have a plan. You just make up a ton of excuses because you're not good enough to take ownership, okay? It's never actually his fault. The entire world is just revolving and spinning and he's just against him, right? We know these guys. I got a really good friend who's like that, who can never take accountability for his actions and it sucks, right? We know those teammates. Please don't be that guy. Whether you're too embarrassed or you're too afraid to try and fail, you don't want to look stupid, right? You don't want to look dumb trying new things and not being the best at something. You can't take accountability because you can't own up to it, man. Do you understand that in order to hit 300, you have to look like an idiot? You are going to have to look like an idiot at least 7 times in order to get 3 hits. It's not always going to be pretty. Battling with 2 strikes is supposed to be ugly. You're supposed to look like an idiot with 2 strikes. It's never supposed to be pretty. If it looks pretty, you're probably not doing it the right way and you probably don't have success at the plate. Don't be the excuse machine. Lock in. You have to look dumb and you have to test the boundaries. You have to fail. You have to look stupid and you have to take ownership. You have to own your shit in order to hit 300. You're never going to get better by not taking ownership. It starts at the ground level. It starts by buying in and owning your game. Number 4, Mr. Launch Angle. If you're this guy, you're never going to hit 300 so long as you live. We're talking about the guy that thinks everything needs to be a bomb on the top of the cage. Everything needs to be a 38 to 40, well, let's say 30 plus launch angle. It needs to be up in the air, top of the cage, needs to be just straight up, okay? We know these guys. These guys are obsessed with numbers. These guys are obsessed with the different metrics, the different stats, dude. They got all the feels. They got all the cues down. They think they know all the shit. It doesn't mean anything. They got all this stuff down, dude, and they've never hit above 260 in their lives. They have no idea what an all-star game feels like. They have no idea what it feels like to be all conference. They're nothing. This is the type of dude that just doesn't have a clue. He hits 180 with 6 home runs, and he's got a double strikeout to walk rate. He's not getting on base. He's not driving runs in. He's not having quality at bats. But dude, I'll tell you what, he can put that launch angle up in the air with a great exit velocity and a great peak rotational acceleration and all this and all that. And he's got the best drills and everything, dude, but this guy sucks. These are the guys that are trying to sprint before they even know how to crawl. These guys are trying to do way too much. You know what hitting 180 with 6 home runs, 14 RBIs, 300 men left on base, and a 600% strikeout rate does for you? It does nothing for you, dude. It does absolutely nothing for you. You need to be able to put the ball in play. You need to be able to have a clue. I'm using a fungo. And you need to be able to play pepper and handle the bat, please, before trying to yeet on some shit, dude. Everybody under the sun is going to try to turn on something and is going to feel sexy and is going to try to yeet and is going to try to drop the back shoulder and they're going to pull the head out and they're going to swing out of their shoes. Bro, you're a human being. Of course you're going to do that. Of course you're going to do that. You're going to feel sexy in a 2-0 count. Going to let it eat. But guess what? If you can't put the bat on the ball consistently, guess what trying to yeet is going to do for you? Nothing. You're going to find yourself on the bench, idiot. Number 5, okay? This is the last one here. The last type of player who is never, ever, ever going to hit 300, dude. Ever. This is the backfield all-star. This is the practice all-American, dude. This is the guy who has tremendous batting practice, but shits the bed in games. Once the lights are on, right? Once this guy's across the lines, he has no input on the game. He has no influence on whether his team wins or his team loses. He crumbles. He's got a plan in batting practice. My goodness gracious, he can launch home runs, backside even. Executes on all the hit and runs, move him over, beep, sacrifice bunts to start the round. Dope. As soon as he gets in there, he can't have a quality at bat, can't move a runner. 2-strike approach, dude, what's that? That's the backfield all-star. It looks like this idiot hasn't touched a bat when he gets in there. Okay? This is the first game he's ever played. Even though he's putting on a freaking light show in batting practice, he's got no chance when there's actual pressure on the line, when it actually means something. Please, guys, don't be that guy. If that's you, you got time to change it before the fall comes. I'm telling you, man. This guy's plan, if this is you, it's your plan. Your plan goes to shit as soon as the ball starts moving at you, okay? We start overthinking. We start overcomplicating. We start trying to do too much, and it works against us. If you don't practice with pressure, how are you going to be able to handle pressure in the game? You're not. Again, if you're going to practice like an idiot, please expect to play like an idiot. If you're going to practice like a 6 with 0 pressure, expect to play like a 6 with 0 pressure. Don't be that guy. Be the outlier. Kill the ego. Own the grind and hit 300. Like and subscribe. Or don't. I don't care. At the end of the day, keep grinding.